welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Sean. I'm back for another video, and welcome back to another letter that was sent to me from one of you. This is my first letter of 2021, so I'm super excited to finally be back and doing one of my favorite kinds of videos. If you guys like dating advice, fashion videos, lifestyle content, go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and be sure to hit that little bell. That way you'll be notified every single time I upload a video. In case you don't know it, I'm actually the author of 3 books. The first one is called The Dating Game: How to Find Yourself While Looking for Mr. Right. My second book, Breaking the Man Code: The Key to Unlocking His Heart. And my third book, Getting Unstuck: How to Create the Life You've Always Wanted to Live. They're all available on Amazon, Kindle, BarnesandNoble.com. And if you want to work with me as your personal life and dating coach, or if you'd like to submit a letter for a chance to possibly have it featured in an upcoming video, send me an email to itscoachshawn@gmail.com. That's itscoachshawn, SHAWN@gmail.com. All right, so now without any further ado, let's go get them. Hey Coach Shawn, hey girl. I've been watching your videos for the past year and a half, and your channel is very inspiring and has helped me very much. I just want to say thank you for that. You're welcome. Still don't get you, but okay, thank you, girl. Anyway, my story is a little different from some of the letters that you might get, but I'm currently 25 years old. I'm currently a single woman, but I do have some questions about a situation that is evident in my life every single day. Last year, I was in a bad spot in my life. I felt as though I had hit rock bottom. I was engaged, and my ex had broken off our engagement after being together for about 6 years. I gave up my apartment that I was living in to move in with him. I'm not going to say what area they moved to, but I had to give up my apartment that I was living in, which is about an hour away. It was the year of my graduation from college, and my entire graduation I had cried because he had kicked me out of his apartment. I was living in my car on graduation day. He was secretly talking to another woman, but he had never done anything wrong to me, so I had never could put my finger on it until 2 weeks before my graduation. He had posted on Facebook that he was in another relationship. Ooh, girl, the gall, okay? He had even blocked me on his phone. I felt so lost. I felt like I did not know who I was after all of that. We had dated since I was 18 years old. During that time while we were not talking, I started living with my aunt while I was trying to get back on my feet. While I was living with her, she had gotten me a clerical job where she worked. Deep down inside, I was so happy because I finally had a way to start over that did not remind me of my ex. A few months into working there, I saw a man. He was an accountant who worked on the other side of the office. I did not speak to him, nor did I even know his name. But at first glance, I couldn't stop thinking about him. I told my aunt about him since she worked on the same side as he did. She said that he was a very nice man, but that he was also married. While rebuilding my faith and trying to work on myself, I stayed away from him, avoiding him at all costs. But as you know, when you start to like someone, it seems like you see them everywhere. One day after work, he finally said something to me, and it felt as though my heart jumped through my chest because he felt like everything I had been waiting for so long. Soon I saw him all the time talking in the parking lot, and we were just enjoying each other's company. I couldn't believe that he was married because he was so perfect. Every aspect I wanted in a man, it seemed like he was, and he was that in more than anything I'd ever experienced before. But deep down inside, I knew that something like this could not be considered love. We would meet up at parks. We would sometimes even miss work to see each other. We had not had sex at this point, but I knew that I needed to end it. We could only see each other during certain capacities, and it was beginning to frustrate me beyond belief. I would consistently tell him that I needed to end it, but he would always pull me back in. He would always say things like he's not in a good place mentally, and that he would always get me to come back to him. Not one of my friends condoned me doing this, considering that I had just gotten out of a bad relationship. In mid-November, we finally had sex, and about the next week, I cut it off. I felt as though I had given a part of myself that I couldn't get back. It felt so bad that I had to go back to my aunt's house lonely while he was able to go back to his wife. Girl, that's how it goes. You know what? Nope. I could never, girl, that's how it goes. I could never have him anyway, but only the space that we were in. I blocked him on everything in every way that I could think of. And that time that we were not talking, I was again trying to find myself, but I still wanted him. I could not stop thinking about our conversations that we had, the emotions that were still there, even when he wasn't. I didn't give in to the desires or the urges to speak with him until about mid-January 2020. He found me on Snapchat, and we rekindled what we had again. It was just the same as before, except sex was involved. involved. We were meeting up, going on our lunch breaks, after work, going out to eat, just enjoying each other's company. On the 14th day of February, he told me that he was taking his wife out on a date that night. 14th day of February. Girl, you mean Valentine's Day? All the emotion that I felt towards him turned to disappointment and stupidity by the end. I actually thought he cared, but it was as though reality hit me at once and my decision was made. I instantly stopped texting him and talking to him. I told him I was serious this time. I felt as though I had disrespected myself, his wife, and more importantly, God. It has been times that he's tried to contact me, but I ignored him since the last time. Fast forward 9 months and we haven't spoken. Even at work, I opted to work from home to make it easier for me not to talk to him. I miss him pretty hard, but I try to keep myself pretty busy so I don't have to think about him, but I still think about him every single day. I have not really talked to anyone else because I was so focused on trying to get myself together. Even when I just flirt with somebody else, it doesn't seem the same. He was so mature. Every day that goes by, I'm trying to focus on myself. Next year, I start my master's program, which is going to be much busier, but it's still hard for me to get him off my mind. Any thoughts you can share with how to tackle this, just please let me know. Now, you briefly mentioned in your letter that you know this is not love. Do you know it's not love? This was infatuation and this was lust from the very beginning. All you did was see that he was cute, and in your mind you had this fairy tale that you made up about how perfect you guys would be. All he had to do was be decent. You had already made up in your mind by just looking at him that he was the one. And then when you found the man was married, that should have made him less perfect. But you said, I should have known he was married because he's so perfect. He couldn't be that perfect if he was still running around with you. This perfect man cheats on his wife. Like, I feel whether he cheats on you or he cheats with you, he couldn't be that perfect. He's a cheater. But I feel like you got to be real with yourself. Stop acting like all of a sudden you've had this epiphany and you have this come to Jesus moment where all of a sudden you feel bad for it. You didn't start talking about how you felt anything for the wife except when Valentine's Day hit and he was going out on a date with his wife and you felt some kind of way about it. When you are the mistress, you're always going to get February 15th. You're always going to get December 26th. You're always going to get the day after the big day. He's always going to drop you. Like, you act like you didn't know your role. If this man came back and said he left his wife and he wants to be with you, you and I both know that you would drop everything and be with him. For some reason, you are attracted to unavailable men. It's one thing if the man tricks you and you fall for him and then you find out, but you went into this with your eyes wide open. You knew the man was married. I don't know how you thought this story was going to end, but it always ends like this. This raggedy man that for some reason you see as perfection is a cheating husband. And the way he cheated with you so easily, I don't think it was the first time either. He sounds like he's not new to this. He's true to this. And it don't seem like it's his first time around the block. You said he was mature and all of that. Mature? If he was mature, he would have went to his wife like a grown man and said, this isn't working for me. I don't want to hear about he's going through some things mentally. He always got to be the victim. They always got to have some story for why it ain't working out. But why this grown man hasn't left? He's so mature that he can't tell his wife he doesn't want to be with her anymore. He's choosing you. How mature could he really be? Like, I feel like you gave yourself way too many excuses, and I'm not going to let you off the hook because now that you're sad about it, I'm not going to do that. Because you're going to end up in another situation just like this until you realize that the person who needs to change is you. You are attracted to unavailable men. Whether it was your ex, whether it was this guy, for some reason you're attracted to men who don't give you their all. Because there's no way this man broke off his engagement with you and popped up with a new woman in 2 weeks. He did not just meet her, which meant that he was sneaking away. He was slipping away. He was spending some more time away that you weren't, like, there's no way he was able to cultivate a new relationship that made him break off his engagement with you and made him post her on Facebook and all of that and kick you out of his apartment instantly. He did not just meet that woman. That meant they had been cultivating a relationship. There was a lot of stuff that's been going on under your nose. So you went from the one who was being cheated on to the one who's cheating? Like, don't you know how that feels? You just went through that same thing with your ex. Don't you know how it feels to be that wife? To think somebody is being honest and true to you and having them running behind your back with someone else? I feel like you gave yourself a pass for all that because it was done to you. You got to get past the hurt that the ex caused you. Because all you're going to do is keep finding yourself in relationships like this. You jump from one bad relationship to another because you never addressed that. You were running from it. You said you ran to live with your aunt and you were trying to just, you were literally, he was a rebound for you. But you're going to keep ending up in the same place with a new man if you don't address the hurt and pain that you felt from the ex. He broke off your engagement, kicked you out, like treated you like you were nothing. You never fully healed from that. So you went back to work and then you saw this guy who was cute and you made all these ideas in your mind. He's perfect. How you know the man is perfect before he even speak to you? He might look good. That's all you saw was how he looked. It was a superficial relationship from the very beginning, but now that you're all in all this time, now you want depth. It was always shallow. He was probably bored in his marriage, and here you are coming around giving him all this attention, probably making him feel the way his wife used to make him feel, and it was fun and exciting. He never let you cut it off. He didn't let you cut it off because you hadn't had sex with him yet. And then when you did have sex with him, then the genie was already out of the bottle at that point. He was using you, but you were allowing yourself to be used because you never healed from the last relationship. You never loved this man. You loved the idea of this man because no girl's fairy tale has her as the mistress in her own love story. So it was never perfect from the very beginning. You don't want this. Like, what if he does leave the wife and get with you? Could you ever trust him? If he ever has to work late, could you ever trust him? If his phone rings and he turns it over, or he turns it on silent, or he goes out of the room, could you ever trust him? When you get with the man who cheats with you, most likely he will cheat on you. You'll never be able to fully trust him. I feel like you need to remove yourself from this situation entirely. Repent to God for being with this woman's husband knowingly. Now, the one thing that I will say is I think it was extremely smart of you to, remove yourself from the job. You know the man is temptation. You know you guys will fall into old habits, going out to lunch together again, getting together on lunch breaks, meeting in the parking lot. So you decided to work from home. That was smart. Cutting him off everywhere, that was smart. It's already been 9 months. I know it's already been 9 months, and that may seem like a long time, but eventually you'll get over him. But I really feel like it's not even him that you want. You like the idea of him. You like what he represented, but he could never be yours as long as he was hers. So how perfect could he really be? The idea that you see him as perfect is blowing my mind right now. The man he's a cheating husband who sneaks around on his wife. I'm sure he's lied to his wife, so it makes you think he wouldn't lie to you. This man is still spending Valentine's Day with her, so how bad could their marriage be? Like, no matter what he's told you, they were together on Valentine's Day. So, 1 + 1 is not 3. Like, he'll say whatever he needs to say to keep you right there because you're somebody who's caught up in words. Your love language is words. So he'll tell you what you need to hear. I'm not saying this to be mean, but I'm hoping that it jars you, that it shakes you, and that it helps to shake those rose-colored glasses off you so you really see what this man truly is. He was never perfect. And you don't love him. You love the idea of him. And you're not fully healed from what your ex did to you. So you can't just be skipping and hopping in brand new relationships until you address that hurt, that pain. One thing people don't often realize about marriages, and when you're cheating in a marriage, is you're the person that's helping him stay in the marriage. Let's say the wife is giving him 80%. You're the 20. You're not the 80. You're the 20. He's getting all the stability and all the wifely duties being taken care of at home, but then he has you for fun and excitement at the job. You don't want somebody to use you as their 20%. Somebody to use you as a way to stay in their marriage, no. The man was never going to leave his wife. And I know that you know that. You have to do some really serious deep soul searching to realize, why am I attracted to unavailable men? Why am I not seeing the signs? What about the way that I'm moving keeps me in a situation where I'm being cheated on or I'm being cheated with? Monogamy is not something that you can't have. It's not an unattainable goal. All men do not cheat. I don't care how many bitter women try to tell you that. All men do not cheat. You deserve a man who wants to be faithful to you and only you. But you got to get your own man first. I know this is tough love, but you got to be real with your role and where you are. It was never going to end well for you. Take all the time you need. Your ex called off your engagement, and that was a big deal. If you need more time to deal with that, take the time. But don't be jumping into new relationships. Some people feel like the best way to get over a relationship is to get into a new one. No, it's to take the time to heal. I say continue to be single for as long as you need to be. I don't care if it's been 9 months. Maybe it needs to be 9 more. However long it takes for you to feel whole within yourself, but that you don't need somebody else to complete you, and that you feel healed. Don't let him sneak back into your life. He's not leaving his wife. You already know that. He's not. All you're doing is helping him to stay in his marriage. He's not going to leave her for you. He's going to continue to spend Valentine's Days and Christmas and Thanksgiving and all of the major holidays. He's going to continue to do that with her. No matter what he says, his actions prove that she's his choice. He can't be a perfect man as long as he's a married one. Okay? All right, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to thumbs up if you did. If you want to hear more of my thoughts and opinions on life and love, consider purchasing one of my books. As I said, I've written 3. The first one's called The Dating Game, How to Find Yourself While Looking for Mr. Right. My second book, Breaking the Man Code, The Key to Unlocking His Heart. And my third book, Getting Unstuck, How to Create the Life You've Always Wanted to Live. They're all available on Amazon, Kindle, BarnesandNoble.com. And if you want to work with me as your personal life and dating coach, or if you'd like to submit a letter for a chance to possibly have it featured in an upcoming video, send me an email to itscoachshawn@gmail.com. That's itscoachshawn, SHAWN@gmail.com. If you like this video, you'll love my last one. I'll do you a favor and I'll link it for you right here. Be sure to subscribe right here. So next time, later divas and dudes. Deuces, honey.